back of the net. He was too well covered. And now App has it. App comes out near the blue line on the other side. Stackhouse, a weak shot. McDonald got in front of the net and then couldn't get a hold of it with Resch clearing it. Pittsburgh coming awfully close. McDonald knocked down in front of the net. The crowd roaring for a penalty. It doesn't come. Play goes right on. Minute and a half gone in the first period. No score. Down into the New York zone, over the goal line to the right of the net. Icing against Pittsburgh. They played 123. Well, Bob, he hasn't had anything to do so far in the first minute and a half. We've reached that point now, and Pittsburgh starting out again. Kelly going down across center, faked the shot, rolled it right in front, and it was cleared away by Dennis Potvin. He was a big factor in New York's win the other night. Now Kelly in back of the net, and Potvin takes it away from him, put it on the board. Nystrom was belted, couldn't move it out. Now Nystrom again. Shoots it over on the left side. And Howard failed to pick it up. In the center ice area, Nystrom bringing it in across the blue line. Into the corner. And Burroughs is knocked down. It comes in front of the net. And here's Kelly starting out for Pittsburgh. Kelly going in with a long shot by Arneson blocked. Arneson couldn't reach the loose puck near the line, and Howitt and Arneson bumped together. Now they pile in against the boards, and no further play.
Open. Glenn Resch is in goal for the New York Islanders. He was the one that made the save on Lowell McDonald. He has a better goals against average in the playoffs than Billy Smith, something like 2.66 as opposed to an even 4 goals. The linesmen for tonight's game, Ray Scapanello and Neil Armstrong. Scapanello at the New York blue line now, getting ready for the faceoff.
And we might point out that Vic Hatfield, the veteran with Pittsburgh, is likely not going to see action tonight. He injured his back in the 6th game at New York. Now Pittsburgh rolling it in front. Laframboise, who's filling in on the line with Hatfield, with Schock and Keogh, had a chance to tip one. Wally Harris called the play directly in front of the New York. No score. 2.5 minutes gone in the first period. A quick shot right off the draw by Kehoe. Went off the leg. And now it's cleared out over the line by Harris to the center ice area. Stick swinging in center ice. And we're going to get a fight right away. Paradise and Gillies are into it. And Paradise is giving it to Gillies. Now Gillies is fighting back. We mentioned that they'd start off cautiously, Tom. I'll tell you, they're really going at it. Whoa! Oh, Paradise, no doubt. Oh, look at this. Now both linesmen into it. But they just stood back and they said, okay, fellas, if you want to fight, you go ahead. And they had a real good old fight, if you can call a fight a good one. They were just stood right back. Gillies for the New York Islanders and Peg for Pittsburgh. I guess you'd have to give the decision to Paradise on that. It's a lot better than that Foreman fiasco that came out of Maple Leaf Gardens earlier today, that's for sure. That's the highlight of the week as far as boxing is concerned. What started it all, we have no idea. So they'll go off with their coincidental 5-minute majors, and quite a surprise, Bob, as you said. We thought they'd be tight, be nervous, afraid to make any moves, playing very disciplined hockey, but quite the opposite is true. Well, Clark Gillies took 2 or 3 good shots from Paradise. It caught my eye first when I saw a stick swing out at center ice. There might be minors also.
Clark Gillies is going, I think he might have been hurt. I might have to go and have a stitch or two. He has gone to the dressing room. On his way to the dressing room, through one end of the Civic Arena here, he threw the towel up into the crowd, waved his arms, much along the lines that Stan Mikita used to do years ago when he was Spitfire and hothead with the Chicago Blackhawks. But Gillies has gone to the dressing room for some minor repairs. We only heard that he got the 5 minutes. Yeah, see, they have the 5-minute coincidental major penalties and nothing more at this point.
Okay, the teams are at full strength. The major penalties have been assessed and no minors. Out in the center ice area, it's Burroughs for Pittsburgh. Got away from a check and got a weak shot in on the net. Resch stopped it easily. It was cleared down the ice too far for Stewart. Comes out into the crease, and it's icing against New York. Ennis just watched it come off the boards and out into the crease. And, of course, when Pittsburgh takes possession in their own zone, right in front of the goaltender, icing right away, called, and back it comes into the New York zone. 3 minutes now gone in the first period. No score. Shock is going off. And LaRouche with Kelly and Arneson, the front line for Pittsburgh. Bob Nystrom, who played such a strong game for New York the other night, started out, and I believe he has to go back. One extra change made. So McMillan with Stewart. Gillies, as Tom just mentioned, has gone to the New York dressing room. He really took a couple of good shots in that brief scrap with Paradise.
Paradise was all over it.
Here's a shot, stopped down in front, and the rebound is cleared away by Potvin, but not out. Now they get it across the line, and it's Harris steaming down for New York. He took a drive. That was off the net. It ends up behind the goal. Harris went in after it in the corner. He and Ochar fight for it. But Pittsburgh bringing it out across the line. A long pass went by Arneson and down the ice. Very Hart in his own zone with Dennis Potvin back to Hart in the corner on the other side. He got away from LaRouche, but Pittsburgh in for checking, keeping it in. Kelly, a big fellow, got it over in front. Potvin was there, and he cleared it. Backhanded inside the line by Stewart. Here's a chance for McMillan, cutting in on goal. He's knocked down, ends up in the mesh, and the puck behind the goal. His call.
Going to have a penalty there.
McMillan was upended, cutting into the Pittsburgh goal. He went down, went into the net. Tripping penalty of Pittsburgh.
This game is coming to you in Pittsburgh.
Ontario Blue Cross offers a variety of prescription drug plans tailored to the needs of your employee group. For information on Blue Cross plans, ask your employer or employee representative.
Tom McKee with Bob Cole, and Bob, that could be what the New York Islanders need, because they haven't been able to muster much of an offense here. It has been all Pittsburgh in these less than 4 minutes that we have played. But now the Islanders will have the opportunity to test their power play, the first time that either club has had an opportunity to play with the man advantage.
No score in the first period. New York with a man advantage. It's cleared down the ice by Pittsburgh. And the goaltender, Glenn Resch, stopping it for Potvin. He goes back of the net to line up, put it in to Westfall on the right wing board. He left it in his own zone. Potvin's pass up on the right side. That was Jean Potvin. Went inside the Pittsburgh blue line. And Ron Schock in the center ice area, killing some seconds, playing it over on the other side. Morrison got over the line and was belted, put on stride. It goes right on. Schock went in back of the net, tried to hook it in front. Now in the corner, Parise shoots it back of the goal for Jean Potvin. Coming out, he didn't get very far. On the boards, it's stopped by Campbell. Then Campbell lost a chance to move it in. Now Jean Potvin up over center. He went in over the line. A good move. Fakes the shot. Then it comes to Westfall, and he had it go through his skate. Back for Campbell. In behind him is Schock. Here's Campbell with a chance. Took a drive. And that was away off the net, and it goes back to the Pittsburgh blue line. 50 seconds left in Burroughs' penalty. As called offside. It'll come back to the Pittsburgh line for this face-off. 5 minutes gone in the first period and no scores.
Well, they've got a near-capacity audience here at the Civic Arena in Pittsburgh for this game tonight. That doesn't always happen. It's a very frustrating town if you're a sports promoter from that point of view, but they're all gung-ho. They have the bunting out on the big elite boxes across the way. They have the replica of the Stanley Cup in front of the Zamboni ice flooding machine. They would like dearly to pick up a victory tonight.
And New York with a man advantage, 48 seconds left in the Pittsburgh penalty. Jean Potvin standing at center ice, flies it ahead to Nystrom. Nystrom's pass stopped by Pronoval, coming out with App. App gets to center to Pronoval. Up over the line, Pronoval. They're short-handed, but on the offensive, Howard ran into him. They both go down. Now Nystrom for New York has to backtrack in his own zone. App's watching him, so is Pronoval. It's cleared out across the line, and here's Nystrom going in with Saint Laurent. The pass to Saint Laurent. He cuts it over in front of the net. Dennis Potvin winds up, didn't shoot it. And Pronoval looking for the opening. Now clears it toward the line, and it bounced off his stick. He nearly got away. Here he comes. Pronoval going in and put on stride. He was checked as he hit the blue line. Pittsburgh right on top of New York. The penalty is over now, and now the linesman, Neil Armstrong, has made a sign outside up the blue line. The fans are just roaring in their approval of the Pittsburgh penalty-killing unit.
We have 14 minutes and 9 seconds left in this first period, and there's Clark Gillies coming back on the ice after getting his minor repairs. He is off with Paradise serving 5 minutes coincidental majors for fighting earlier in this period. It's been quite an eventful hockey game.
Nearing the 6-minute mark of the first period. Nobody's been able to score so far. Here's Howard coming back in his own zone. It slipped up on the boards a little too high. Went over the boards at the New York bench. And the play is called. 6 minutes and a second gone in the first period, and no score.
No doubt that New York has been the more nervous of the two teams. They have been rather fortunate to hold off the Birds, who are really want this one.
Burroughs took a shot from the blue line, and there's a penalty coming up now. This one will be against New York. A hooking penalty called by Wally Harris. Burroughs went flying. He let a shot go, and then Kelly was upended in the corner. And Dave Lewis of New York is going off for a hooking. It comes at 6:06.
Well, as I said, Pittsburgh has had the territorial advantage in the play thus far, and now with the man advantage, I would think it would take a minor miracle at this point to hold them off the score sheet. Of course, they got the crowd behind them. They also have pride. They won the first 3. They dropped the next 3. Nobody likes that to happen.
And here LaRouche goes to center ice. Got the draw, but somebody was out of position. They'll have to do it again. Just inside the blue line for Pittsburgh. Low McDonald. He's out there with Stackhouse. LaRouche at center ice. Kelly on his left wing. But Dennis Potvin takes over. Put one up a little too high as he tried to clear it off the glass over in the corner, and it went flying up into the crowd at the far side. Apparently it was deflected as the faceoff comes outside the blue line. Westfall, one of the better penalty killers in the National Hockey League, on for the New York Islanders. And alongside Westfall is Lorne Henning. Kelly gets it back to his own line to McDonald for Pittsburgh. 1:50 left in the penalty. No score. Nearing the 7-minute mark of the first period as Stackhouse starts it from the Pittsburgh zone. Up on the wing to Kelly. Kelly's pass the other way. Arneson turning around on his own side of center. Backhands it over on the right wing. Pittsburgh outside the line, just can't seem to find a hole. Now LaRouche finds it. He gets set, makes a play right in front of the net, and Arneson tipped it wide. Arneson has it again. Looks for somebody open, gets it back near the blue line. McDonald tapped it back to him. Arneson faked the shot, gives it to McDonald. He took the drive, knocked down the rebound. and Kelly couldn't get a stick on it. Resch cleared it away, but it's still inside the line. Pressure on now by Pittsburgh. Back of the goal. It's cleared up through the middle and down the ice. Westfall went after it, but it was too far. And LaRouche back of the corner in his own zone. 50 seconds left in the penalty. He's upended by Westfall, and it's fired back into the Pittsburgh zone. Nearing the 8-minute mark of the first period, no score. Now we're getting a penalty. Westfall is arguing now.
Yeah, that's Westfall and LaRouche started to get their sticks up at each other. Westfall, I think, is the only one who's going to get the penalty at this point. He's gone to the penalty box. Let's see what Wally Harris does. No, that's it. Just the one penalty. Well, now, Eddie Westfall is off, along with Dave Lewis. 39 seconds left in Lewis penalty. So this will give Pittsburgh the opportunity here to play two men. I can't conceivably see how they could be kept off the score sheet. Let's get the official on that. Eddie Westfall and Dave Lewis in the penalty box for the New York Islanders. 12 minutes, 33 seconds left in the first period. They'll have to play two men short for at least 39 seconds, maybe less. That depends, of course, if Pittsburgh should score.
When they get it sorted out, the face-off will occur near the Pittsburgh blue line. And Pittsburgh, with that man advantage, twice over now, as Westfall was nabbed by Wally Harris. He's gone off. Dave Lewis, as Tom has just said, has 39 seconds to go on his penalty. And the Penguins line up at their own blue line. Naturally, they'd like to get the face off and move down right away. Stillaps is out there to try to do just that against Henning. Set to go. Here it is. App's got the draw back in his own zone. Now the Penguins turn out slowly. Stackhouse on the wing for McDonald and Pronovo. McDonald cut into the corner, looks around, out at the line. He left it for Hatfield, who's on for the first time. Stackhouse right to the side of the net. Whoop! Backhand shot and Resch stopped it on the short side. Puck is still loose and McDonald gets set. McDonald right into the crease, and Henning will shoot it down the ice with 10 seconds left. Hatfield making an appearance for Pittsburgh, on for the first time. What a soldier he has turned out to be for this Pittsburgh club. Here's Apps going in. One penalty is over now. A shot off the glove of Resch. Another drive. And that one off the shoulder of Resch and over the net. Now it's cleared into the center ice area. Apps and Hatfield. Vic Hatfield with 1 minute and 5 seconds left in Westfall's penalty. Pittsburgh still with that man advantage, but no score. It's cleared along the boards to McMillan. McMillan gets it down the ice. A good penalty-killing job by the New York Islanders. 50 seconds left in Westfall's penalty. Nearing the 9-minute mark of the first period in Game 7 between these two teams, and you couldn't get it any closer. At center ice, Pittsburgh bringing it in. Morrison flipped it in front. It's knocked down the ice again in behind the Pittsburgh goal. And Hatfield is coming back for it. Hatfield's long pass went astray. Dennis Potvin has it at center ice. He shoots it on the boards right back where Hatfield starts out. 25 seconds left in the penalty. Kehoe going in. Blast one. That went off. Resch just missed the corner. Here's Hatfield winding up. He put it on a leg. Here's that. Oh, and Resch stopped that one. They're all over the net. I can't find a hole in there. Now it's centered again. Coming in as Burrows. And he overskates it but managed to flash it in back of the net. Potvin again controlling play back of the New York goal. The penalty to Westfall is over. He's on and gets the pass near the blue line. Shoots it down the ice and gets a shot on goal. New York, unbelievably, holding Pittsburgh to a minimum number of shots within rush, of course, was great when they did get one on him. No score. Nearing the halfway mark of the first period. Schock shoots one from center. He's upended. Rich stepped out of the net to clear it, and Schock went over after Drouin. Schock got it back in front to Kehoe. Kehoe for Pittsburgh. Tried to knock it through the crease, and Schock couldn't get his stick near it. It was cleared by McMillan out into the center ice area. Terrific pressure applied by Pittsburgh. Burroughs knocks it into the zone again. Resch stepped in back of the net. Potvin looking for somebody open. Gave it to McMillan. He didn't see it. It went down the ice, and Burroughs going back. 9:40 remaining in the first period. No score. Pittsburgh with great pressure on, starting it up again. Here's Schock going in. He's over the line. Ran into a solid defense, and it was cleared down the ice. Dave Burroughs back in his own zone for the Pittsburgh Penguins. 9:20 to go in the period. No score. Pittsburgh laying it on from their own zone. Ochar has to go back of the net. Out in front to Schock. Schock on the wing is Kehoe. Kehoe going in. He tried to go around the defense, but Lewis would have nothing of that and just put him on stride. Marshall took over, cleared it on the wing. Schock intercepts, tried to keep it in, but it gets down to the Pittsburgh line. Now in the center ice area. Westfall's pass went ahead on the wing. Parise is stopped. Parise picks it up, though. Gave it to Drouin. Drouin up over the line. He took a check from Ochar. There's going to be a penalty to Pittsburgh on the play. Ochar is going up.
Ochar getting the gate for elbowing, and so that'll give a little breathing space to the Islanders. Let's pause briefly now for station identification.
Dial 740 CBC Toronto. Driving a car at this time of year has enough hazards without taking chances on worn brakes. So if you're doubtful about your car's brakes, drive to Canadian Tire for a brake inspection.
Tom McKay with Bob Cole at the Civic Arena in Pittsburgh. We have a scoreless tie between the Penguins and the Islanders, the seventh and deciding game of this quarterfinal for the Stanley Cup. The major penalties to Gillies and Paradise have expired, so they're back into action now. However, Pittsburgh, with Ochar in the penalty box, playing a man short for the next 2 minutes. The face-off will be deep in Pittsburgh territory to the right of Gary Innes, who's making some minor adjustments to his padding, but he's ready to go.
And Stewart got the draw, but right away Stackhouse fired it off the boards, down the ice into the New York zone. 8.5 minutes to go in the first period. No score. Now New York with a man advantage starting out as Harris. Got it in over the line with Stewart, but on the left wing, Gillies was away offside, and that stopped the play. They bring it back outside the line. 8:27 remaining in the opening period. 1 minute and 44 seconds left in Dennis Ochar's penalty. He's off for elbowing. Pittsburgh had a terrific power play a moment ago when New York was shorthanded. 2. Now the Islanders have the man advantage. And it's Jean Potvin going in on the right side into the corner. He centered it. It was tipped by Stewart away up high. He tried to direct it into the net, but it went off his stick and over the glass at the far side. Play is called.
This is the second time that New York has had the opportunity to play with a man advantage. They were rather ineffective earlier in this period, but neither club, when they've had the chances, have been shooting from very far out. They've been trying to finesse their way in near the goal, getting as close as possible, and they've sometimes been tied up by their own inabilities to carry through with the play.
8 minutes and 10 seconds left in the first period. No score. Dennis Potvin, rather Jean Potvin to the corner to Stewart. In front. And Harris had a shot knocked down. Now Dennis let one go. And that was wide. Jean Potvin on the other side. They keep the puck inside the Pittsburgh line into the corner. Apps couldn't stop it near the line. Now it comes back into the big circle. And Potvin got it over to Denny Potvin. Apps intercepted his pass. Shoots it ahead. Here's a break for Pronovo all alone. And he was grabbed from behind and put on stride. Had his shot go wide of the net. He nearly had the wing. And right in front of the net, and a big save by Innes. Gillies tried to tip it in. Apps had it hit his leg at center ice, and it goes back into the New York zone. Here they come, the Islanders. Dennis Potvin straight down the ice. A pass in on the wing. Howitt let a high drive go. That comes back to Santa Ra. Into the corner it goes. Nystrom getting set. Shoots it over in front. And off the stick again of Denny Potvin. It went over the glass. Intercepted a pass and cleared it down the ice. Resch coming out of the net. He nearly set it up himself for Morrison, who's on trying to kill this penalty for Pittsburgh. Morrison comes back with Schock at the Pittsburgh blue line, and Schock shoots it down the ice. 5 seconds left in the penalty to Ochar. Now he's back on. They've killed the penalty. New York Islanders starting out. Santa Ra over the line with Nystrom. He didn't anticipate the move. And now it's cleared in back of the net. Santa Ra went after it. Into the corner. LaRouche tried to move it out and failed. Here's a long shot by Marshall. That one was wide. And it's Arneson for Pittsburgh. In his own zone, he waited too long. Howard after him, but finally he got it out to center where Lewis played it back to Marshall. Marshall up to Nystrom. Nystrom's pass in front of the net. Stopped by Ochar. Pittsburgh trying to clear it. Here's a drive by Nystrom. That was right on, and Innes looked good stopping it on the short side. Then he holds the loose puck against the side of the net, and the play is stopped.
This game is coming to you from the Civic Arena in Pittsburgh.
By Pronovo behind the net, and Marshall is back first for New York. It's called. Apparently it came all the way. It did go over that goal line, so back it comes into the Pittsburgh zone. Icing against the Penguins with 5 minutes and 51 seconds remaining in the first period. Out to Pronovo. His pass to McDonald in the center ice area. Going in. McDonald is pushed off the puck. Now Stackhouse went in to help out, but it was too late. Marshall gets it over for Westfall. Westfall for New York. Put it up to center, and Apps just slid it across to Stackhouse. He took a long shot. Resch stopped it, and it goes to Dave Lewis. And the pass by Parise to Westfall down the right wing board. Drouin catching up. Drouin let it go. Escape saved by Innes. And a good stop it was. Here's Apps coming out. Here's McDonald on the left. Apps going up over the line. Along the boards into the corner. Marshall chased him. And he tried to knock it loose but failed. Westfall gave it over for Lewis. He's down to center ice. Lewis for New York. Into Parise. Parise is put on stride and is knocked down. It's cleared down the ice by Pittsburgh. Marshall going back. 4:50 left of the period. New York. Westfall. He cleared it right onto the stick of McDonald. Now it's fired in by Campbell in off the board. Kehoe was bumped along the glass, couldn't make a play. Schock went after Drouin, and Parise couldn't move it out. It's slapped back of the net by Campbell again. Kehoe tried to pass it in front, but covering up was Bert Marshall.
Up to the period, no score. Drouin left it for Harris going in for New York. A long shot off the net. Harris went in back of the goal, but Innes
tipped it from back of the net to the corner. Now McMillan tried to center it, and it was knocked down. It comes back in front anyway. Backhand shot by McMillan off the glove of Innes. New York with a little pressure on now until Pittsburgh can find an opening to clear it down the ice. Gary Hart in his own zone. Pass on the other wing. Broken up by the Framboise. Then back again. The New York Islanders, Potvin. Up over the line. He stops inside the line. Tried to set it over in front. But Schock intercepted. Then his pass is stopped near the blue line by Stewart. Goes in where Burroughs and Stewart bump together, hold it with their skates. The whistle goes. And a face-off coming up in the Pittsburgh zone with 3:25 remaining in the first period. There is no score.
This game is detailed. I'm Bob Oxley.
That, in essence, is the first penalty of this period. Hart and McDonald, of course, didn't start their penalty until the beginning of this period.
And 49 seconds remaining in the two minors which were called at the end of the first period. Now Pronovo of Pittsburgh is off for holding. This will give New York the man advantage. No score in the game. And they're down now to 18:49 remaining in the second period. Game 7 of the series. And a lot riding on this one, needless to say. Here's Potvin coming up. Jenny Potvin over the line, shooting it off easily to the corner. Comes out to Jean Potvin. Jock watching him. The pass to Dennis Potvin. He has to hurry it into the corner. Drouin went in after it. Parise went over to help out. He rooted it loose, gets it back to Jean Potvin, winding up, shoots. Then the shot went wide. It was cleared away by Drouin, just wide of the net. Now into the side of the goal, where Parise stops with it. He's back of the net, starts out in front of the goal again, goes around the net, still has it. He centered it. Drouin couldn't get a stick on it, and Campbell for Pittsburgh hooked it away with his skate. And there'll be a whistle as they hold it on the board.